Are you wondering about the health benefits of bearberry bark? My name is Dr. Terranella, and in this video, I'm answering a question I got on the health benefits of bearberry bark. We'll go into some of the active ingredients in this plant and its wide-ranging health benefits from blood sugar to antimicrobial activities. Again, my name is Dr. Terranella, and this video, like all my videos, I make to help you go beyond basic health, but it's not tailored to any specific individual. So please read this video disclaimer before we jump into the video details. So in this video, we're going to look at the benefits of bearberry bark. Bearberry is a shrub that belongs to the Berberine family. This type of plant has been traditionally used in herbal medicine practices, specifically here in the United States. The root, bark, and berries of the bearberry plant contain something known as berberine, and this is an alkaloid with a lot of potential health benefits and medicinal properties. Specifically, berberine has been studied for its antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and even antioxidant properties. That berberine is present in various parts of the plant, including the root and bark and berries. As an antimicrobial, the berberine has activity against many different types of bacteria and even some viral and fungal activity as well. And it's very useful in addressing many different types of infections that we may have. And I think this is where most of the utility and beneficial properties of berberine comes from, like the anti-inflammatory and gastrointestinal effects. For instance, when people have something like bacterial overgrowth in the intestines, berberine is a common herb that's used to treat this. Bacterial overgrowth can contribute to things like chronic inflammation, systemic inflammation in the body, and even metabolic dysfunction. One of the common things that I use berberine for in my practice is for blood sugar elevation and metabolic problems like diabetes, prediabetes, etc. Also use it for bacterial overgrowth. And it's definitely fascinating how these two things that seem to be so different are actually connected in a lot of ways. And it's through that connection that I think berberine has a lot of wide-reaching benefits for human health. So as I mentioned, the berberine content in bearberry is found in various parts of the plant, but the highest concentrations are typically going to be in the bark of the root. The root bark of bearberry is where most of those alkaloids are going to be found, and an extract or tincture from the root bark would likely yield the most berberine alkaloids if you're trying to harvest this from the wild. The basic idea is you would harvest the root and shave off the bark, and then you would soak that in an alcohol solution for about 30 days. This will ensure higher concentrations of berberine. A couple words of caution on this. Plants can soak up toxins that are in the soil, and this is going to be particularly concentrated in the roots of the plant. So if you don't know what soil the plant is in, it's probably not a good idea to eat or consume that plant. Also, taking plants up by their roots are definitely going to disturb them and potentially kill them. So it's important to harvest them in a sustainable way. This type of plant seems to be very strong and grows in a lot of diverse environments. And as far as I know, it's not in any danger of being extinct or anything like that. I do think it's a good idea to get to know and understand your local plants and the health benefits that they may provide to you. And there's a good chance that this one is in your local environment. Still, as it gains popularity, we may have to be more mindful about allowing this plant to thrive without human disturbance as well. All right, so back to the benefits. I'll just list some of them out here and go into some detail on some of them. So I mentioned the anti-inflammatory effects, and I think this is generally going to be mediated by the improvement in your digestive health. Now, if you don't have bacterial overgrowth, this may not be of any benefit for you in terms of inflammation. The second would be gastrointestinal health. As mentioned, it can help with bacterial overgrowth and different infectious microbes that may be present in your gut or elsewhere. It also is bitter, so it is going to help kind of tonify and enhance the natural digestive process that's occurring. On the cardiovascular health side, it can help with insulin resistance and some of the things there. It can also, independent of that, potentially help with lowering cholesterol LDL cholesterol or ApoB. And then we mentioned blood sugar regulation, lowering A1C, and fasting insulin. There's some very good evidence for its role in that. Of course, helping with infectious diseases and digestive health is going to, in the long run, help with your immune system, as there's a very close relationship with your digestion and immune system. And then there's also the antioxidant properties. So there's some direct effects of berberine and some indirect effects, but generally it is considered a safe and effective product. There are potentially some side effects. Some people can have some GI upset from this one, and other side effects may be present in other people as well. But that's the most common one from berberine in and of itself. It's important to check with your doctor before you start anything like this. The other thing about berberine and bearberry is that the amount of berberine present in any particular plant will depend on various factors like the environment, the climate, and that will ultimately lead to the effectiveness of the medicine. With plant medicine, it's more than just about the one alkaloid or one particular thing. You're getting a more blend of different alkaloids and different things in there. You just got to make sure it's harvested from a place that is not going to create more problems for you than you need. So I'll put some links to some berberine containing products that I would consider using and do use in my practice. All right, that's all I had to share on the health benefits of bearberry bark. If you do have questions on this topic, drop them in the comment section. If you want to ensure that I answer your question and give it the most useful answer, consider joining the membership program. We'll have more time and attention to dedicate to your question. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.